Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Spot on Pundits here on your favorite YouTube channel. We're excited to be back again to discuss topical issues. And today is a very exciting one. The one, the only, my favorite people. Clash at the top. Clash on top of the tree, on top of the mountain, wherever you are going to gather these whatever idioms, just use it. But we are talking about Liverpool and Arsenal, their chances this season. Over the past weeks, we saw Arsenal taking the lead, and a few weeks ago, Arsenal has begun to shrink a bit, and the elephant decided to leave the top of the tree. He's now strolling on the streets of Kuala Lumpur. We are yet to understand what is going on. All right, so without wasting time, because we have our pundits here who are going to analyze this for us, let's welcome Mr. Barker and Mr. T.I. How do you guys do?
Yes, man. The elephant is down.
I can feel it that you guys are not looking good at all, man. What's going on?
The elephant is down doesn't mean the elephant is out. That's it. That's to tell you what 2 weeks can do.
But in all honesty, are you hurt?
No, I'm not.
Really?
I'm a very realistic person.
Okay.
I'm a passionate Arsenal lover, but I also know how to balance my expectations with reality. You have to react based on what is actually going on.
Okay.
If you don't turn up, you don't expect to win. Nothing is a given.
All right. Okay.
So
Fair enough.
I'm not hurt. Far from it.
All right. Fair enough. No problem. Mr. Barker, now, how do you feel? Weeks ago, you were on top of the table, and we've been having this personal discussion like, okay, I think this is the season that Arsenal has to go and dig deep and get it done. So what has happened? Because it's becoming a routine, like every year, like in the past 6 seasons, we see Arsenal do so well. First half of the season.
6 seasons?
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
That's the time we're relegation zone after how many games?
No, I'm telling you for fact. So we can go and check that record later. But for now, I'm saying, what is really going on, guy? Do you have some reservations about this current squad you have?
Okay, for me, if you even remember, when we did our predictions beginning of the season, I had Arsenal finishing third. Last season also I had Arsenal finishing third. So, and why I had Arsenal finishing third is because, okay, first of all, there's Man City.
Right.
Man City are the most equipped team.
But why are people always? No, I kind of get. Sometimes you might excuse me. Sometimes I feel like we give too much of credit to Man City that it now feels like a norm that definitely they are still going to wake up in some way and they will still challenge for the title.
It's because of the options that they have.
Yeah, because it's what they've done the last 3-4 years. For some reason, right, you only know this when you compete against Man City. Okay. Because Liverpool fans always used to say this. So for me, I got the real experience and the real taste of
Okay, no, I want to ask you, do you mean that your team cannot match with Man City? Like the players that you have are not on the same levels with Manchester City?
Yeah. So the only way to stop Man City is Man City. The only way to stop Man City is Man City, unless maybe Gary Neville said after the treble hangover, or the fact history shows nobody has won it 4 times in a row and those things. That's the only thing that can stop Man City from winning the league.
Right. Okay. Okay. So now let's look into the past 2 matches. Arsenal has lost. Now, I'm not saying this to spite you guys.
I say it,
I'm not saying this to spite you guys, but I kind of. But you guys know that this season I've been I'm trying to push Arsenal because I feel like you guys deserve it. Why? These are my reasons. Because I feel for the team you guys have built and for the belief that you guys have on Arteta to push through, because I remember some seasons ago when everyone was Arteta out, but you stuck with him and he turned things around. So I felt like this guy should be rewarded a bit, and Arsenal should be rewarded as well. Because in the last 20 years, you guys have not smelled the Premiership title. And it should be a shame that you are my London neighbours and you've not tested that. It's
I've
a
not
shame.
tested what?
The Premier League title, bro. I wouldn't even mention the Champions League, but you guys have not tested the Premier League title for the last 20 years.
How long did it take you to taste it once?
It doesn't matter, man.
Just
But the
answer
fact is this, once you have that euphoria
of what?
Of a champion, it makes you want to win more. Now, why I'm saying this is because I'm saying that it's a repeated occurrence that anytime you guys are quite near, like last season, you guys were quite near, but at a point you had a meltdown.
You have to be. This is the part where everybody's bias comes in, right?
It's not about bias, but the fact is we have to ask this question: why is it that Arsenal is always having a meltdown at this point?
Can I speak?
Why
are you not competing at this point?
Of course, you can't say why are we not competing at this point. Of course, Chelsea is on a rebuild.
On what?
On a rebuild.
How long have you been on this rebuild?
Past 2 seasons.
You've been on this rebuild for these past 2 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
But, when you say Chelsea are on a rebuild, you can say the same thing for Arsenal.
But let's not go there yet.
I think Arsenal has gone past that level of rebuild. You guys are stable right now.
Oh, but you are not.
Compared to Chelsea, you guys are more stable.
Oh, but you are ahead of schedule.
But you are not.
But it's still a rebuild.
It's a rebuild for Chelsea. Everyone knows about that.
That what?
It's a rebuild.
So now, my issue is this are like this will fly over so many people's head, right? Because this is why half of the time I don't get to speak, because sometimes people just want to banter. They don't talk about the real issues, right? Last season, people said, "Oh, Arsenal bottled the league." Then I asked them, "How? How did Arsenal bottle the league last season? How?"
Okay, now you bottled the league because
you just wanted to say something.
No.
Now
I'm not saying something, but you've not answered the question of how.
I am the one that asked you a question. You should answer how.
Of course, your players.
I don't understand you.
Because okay, now I want to get it right.
How?
Have you observed? Okay, for the past 2 matches, I observed that I think Kai Havertz did not start the last match. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now, have you guys noticed the difference when Kai Havertz plays for Arsenal? I think that guy brings in fire. Now, I'm not disputing what you guys have built over the past 3 seasons, but what I am saying is this, that at crucial moments, Arsenal actually gives up.
So this is the crucial moment, mid-season.
It's one of the crucial. Of course, bro.
Let me ask you a question.
You know this, that if you don't go top of the table by Christmas,
let me ask you a question.
It's usually a very hard task for you to do that.
Before Arsenal went on top of the table, who was on top of the table?
Of course, it was Manchester City.
Are you saying when Manchester City lost games back to back, did you say they were on a meltdown?
Of course.
No, let me finish. Did you say
they were on a meltdown?
Did you say they were on a meltdown?
It's rather unusual for Man City to have a meltdown at that kind of point. For them, you can excuse them. Why? Because they have won almost everything last season.
So because they won. So I don't understand. The result of last season helps you play this season.
No, Mr. T.I., what have you really done with the team? They should have a meltdown.
You still not answered my question. I think you just want to poke.
No.
You have not answered the question. The question is how did Arsenal bottle the league? Because when it has to do with Arsenal losing, everybody wants to talk. It's like in my village, right? They say the day the elephants die, you see different kind of machetes and cutlass. People just want to talk. And I like it. I cannot change people's opinion. But I ask very topical question. How? We've lost 2 games back to back. If you watch the games, if you don't turn up, you will lose. I don't have a problem with losing. You make it sound like every time you lose, there's a meltdown. How many?
You've mentioned the turn up. You've mentioned the turn up.
I still have the mic.
That is the problem.
I still have the mic.
That is the problem.
Have you won every games you've played in?
No.
So what's the problem?
Problem
how many
is that
games have you
there's
lost?
no too much expectation from us.
There's no expectation for
No
you.
too much expectation from Chelsea
You see
right
how
now.
you see how they excuse themselves. When Manchester City lost, people they say When Tottenham was stopping and they lost, it's the fact that when it's Arsenal is trending, so everybody just to put their mouth, whether they know what they're talking about or they don't know what they're talking about. Is there a problem with the current Arsenal? If we watch football, for people, I'm talking about the people who watch football, not people who just want to talk, like most Liverpool and Manchester United fans. If you watch football, right, you will notice that the recruits that Arsenal brought in this season is actually to give us options. And we've had these conversations before, when most Arsenal fans were saying, what does Kai Havertz bring to the table? And I'm telling them, right, you will always find proofs of what you look for. Some Arsenal fans are on this table also. They really want Arteta to fail so that they can say, oh, I told you so. Just because you don't have to like somebody, right? Do we have an identity when we play?
Yeah.
We do. When I'm playing, do you expect Arsenal to score? Yes. So now, when it doesn't happen, that's the price of success. That's why people talk. I can't remember last time we were talking about you, man, doing anything.
Okay.
So I'm still talking because it started. When Liverpool, when they were drawing games back to back, right? When they were drawing games back to back, people will say, "Oh, the ground out result." When they lose,
but Arsenal has grounded out results.
Let me
finish. To talk about it.
Let me finish.
We praise you when you do well.
At that point in time, you did not come out to tell me that they were having a meltdown. You didn't say that, right? And I tell people every time, if you watch football, I'm not one of the Arsenal fans who goes around looking for who to blame. Some people will say, oh, it's the manager. Just like you said in the last episode, you told me, it was game management against Fulham. Sometimes you have to dig in. And at one point in time, sometimes you might get exhausted. It doesn't mean you are out. It doesn't mean there's a meltdown. Before, most people will say, oh, Arsenal lacks spine. It's a mental. The ones that have spine, the Liverpool that has spine has only won one Premier League since inception, but they have spine. It is the stereotype that you people build. So if you want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. If you want to banter, let's banter. Arsenal has lost 2 games. How many games has Arsenal lost this whole season? That you are crying is a meltdown.
Okay. Hold on. Now, are you done?
I'm not. If you bring it, I will fire you again. You have not still told me. You have not still told me. You've still not told me how they bottled the season. I lost the league by 5 points.
Right.
And out of that, I'm not just part of people who cry and moan and give excuses. Let me finish. Who cry and moan about the VAR?
Let me learn.
I don't talk about that. It happened. That's not bottling, because you have to compete to actually stand the chance of winning. So the next time you want to talk, make sure you are part of those competing first.
All right, good, no problem. I know you would land there, so I will allow you because you need to take your breath. Mr. Baka, now I give you the right to say what you have to say. If you want to add to what he's saying, you say, because I still have some things to add.
Keep adding, we are here.
The thing is this, like, first of all, you go into the season, you didn't expect the person to win. And when the person doesn't win, then you now come and say
they bottled it. They have to.
That's the stupidity that
they have different narratives for different stages of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last season, when I was topping on Christmas Day, you say, "Oh, Arsenal doesn't top on Christmas Day." This season, they say, "Oh, now Arsenal is not topping on Christmas Day." They say there's a meltdown.
There's one. Was it the Stratford end or that United? There are some people that had Arsenal finishing 8th this season, even last season. But they are still the ones that open their mouth and say, I know you bottled the league. You expected the team to finish 8th, but you have problem when they finish 2nd. Isn't that madness?
By last stupidity.
Okay, now, guys, let's calm down.
We are calm, yeah.
Let's bring the tension down.
There's no tension.
Relax, guys.
Now, what you
guys.
bring, you go
I
collect.
feel like
I was supposed to talk about this season, right?
No. We are talking now because you guys are failing to understand that it takes mentality of champions to stay afloat.
I don't understand.
To be able to sustain your performances. No. Oh, hold on. I'm not saying that you guys have not done well this season.
Do you listen to Nice? Do you listen to Nice?
I don't need to listen to
No.
anybody.
I just want to borrow you current landing no champion.
Okay.
So please, mentality of
You should allow me to land with my question before you
because you're the one that say mentality of champion.
Yes.
Me tell me go anything in episode. Mentality champion you won. Are you a champion?
At least in the last 20 years, you can't compete
With what?
in titles with Chelsea. It's not possible.
Because football started in 20 years.
No, okay. No. Calm down. Guys.
Finish your.
Now, what I'm saying is this.
Okay.
Guys, relax. I'm saying, is it a fact that players, because now you can't say the same with Manchester City, who has maybe if they go top of the table, maybe they are leading with 4 points. Because I felt like at some point, wait, hold on. Arsenal led the pack with 6 points clear.
Where?
When? I think with 6 points, like
I will give you back
5 or 6 points clear.
I will give you back
this season.
It has never
Are you normal? When did Arsenal go top of the table? When did we go top of the
It
table?
was even Man City that led with 6 points this season. Man City, right? They have the winning mentality.
Okay, forgive me.
And then they lost.
Forgive me if I got that wrong.
Yeah, but you people will be changing narratives. You'll be switching lanes like driving fast cars.
Excuse me, please. Guy, I am not fighting Arsenal.
We are not fighting here.
I'm not fighting Arsenal.
We are having a conversation.
You're my London neighbor. But the only thing, anything that concerns you concerns me.
Don't. No, see, this is the problem.
Hold on.
I can handle my problem. I can carry my problem. I don't have any issues with that neighbor. Carry yours.
All right. So, fact is this. I am saying this because if not, if that part of Arsenal structure is not addressed.
What part of Arsenal structure?
The mentality.
What mentality? You're just
sustainability.
You are sounding like Paul Scholes. You are sounding like Guy Neville. You are sounding like people who just get paid to say rubbish. What mentality?
Wow.
What mentality? You know my problem with these people
No, wait.
10, 15 years ago, you say, oh, top 4. Some people are struggling to go to come forth. Now, coming forth now is an achievement. When it was Arsenal coming forth, they say they are not competing. Arsenal is competing now. You are telling me they don't have the mentality. They are bottling the league. Don't you have to compete to win?
No. You're still failing to. If you see reasons with what I'm saying,
what is the reason?
Probably you would understand where I am going.
Show me the reason.
I am saying this because most of these Arsenal players, because I'm looking at if players like days of Deschamps, days of Thierry Henry, days of
how many Premier League titles did Thierry Henry win with Arsenal?
Wait now, that's not. I'm just saying the elite mentality.
What elite mentality are we talking about?
Baka, now you see, guys, you should better understand where I'm going before you
kill
yourself with all this talk.
Where are you going?
Guys, I've mentioned these top Arsenal superstars that they knew that if they are going in for this match by crook or crook, they will win that match.
And they didn't lose.
Let me tell you something.
Now, excuse me, I am feeling like you guys could not go in front against Fulham and then lose to Fulham. I don't see a reason why Arsenal should lose to Fulham.
Coming to somebody that almost.
Okay, the people that
I mean, it's not possible.
How many times did they lose against Tottenham and they still didn't win the game?
Okay, now I feel like for the past season, the work that Arsenal has done warrants people to actually hold them accountable, because the success that you brought a bit should not be. You should not drop levels. This is like you drop levels.
Man City blew a two-goal lead in the 80th minute against Crystal Palace at home.
You can excuse Man City.
Oh, it is Arsenal that
because
is
they were
inexcusable.
blue.
This is the problem.
What's
This is the problem. You see, you just want to banter, you just want to poke. See, man, you really out of
Okay,
points.
guys.
If you want to have a conversation,
we still have Liverpool to talk about.
We can cut this part away. If you want to have a conversation, let's have a
If you are going to win,
conversation.
you are going to win. All this this person has winning mentality. Zinchenko and Jesus that are worst players this season.
Good. Now, exactly. Now you're talking. Now let's talk about those players.
What happened to that?
What is
mentality
going
last
on?
season? I don't understand.
Why are they that way?
Who?
Anyways.
No. Finish. Why are they?
Now, point is this. If a player loses the confidence, maybe he brought
A player can lose form. It can happen to anybody.
So when he loses form, what do you do?
I don't understand you.
What do you do?
The problem is this. You people are always quick to cry wolf. This is why after time...
Tia, there's nothing crying wolf here. We are just talking about how you can make sure that performance stays. Okay, hold on.
Talk to me when you have the performance now. I'm a typical Chinese person at this point in time.
Nah, you can't. You can't claim to be a Chinese man now.
The point is this: a typical Chinese man would, if a Chinese person tells you you have headache, and you tell him that, oh, go and use Panadol, he will ask you, how do you know it works? Have you had headache before? Have you used Panadol before? Man, everything you're proposing to me, why don't you fix yourself first?
Mr. Tia, relax. You cannot talk about Chelsea right now. We've had episodes here that we've talked about Chelsea. Today was for Arsenal and Liverpool.
No, because we said we wanted to talk about Liverpool and Arsenal chances, and then you are here telling me that you are talking to me about mentality because I lost 2 games. How fickle can you be?
It's not about losing just 2 games.
What did you say?
It's just not about losing 2
What did
games.
you say? And I ask you a simple question. How did Arsenal bottle the league last season? I'm still waiting for the answer.
You bottled the league because of this same mentality.
What
issues.
mentality?
You guys don't have champions in your squad.
I don't understand. You have. Why did you
We
compete?
have.
Why did you compete?
Mr. T.I., we use academy players to win the Champions League. It's a mentality structure that has been built in Chelsea. We are just meant to... Academy players. Listen, Mount.
Are you normal?
Academy player.
Okay, hold on. Leave Kai Havertz. But most of
Silva, academy player.
What are you saying, guys?
Kepa, Mendy, academy player.
Nonsense. I said people don't actually.
I was just talking like people are not watching this thing.
People don't actually want to conversate. They just want to bant.
Academy players.
This is a bant episode. We are not making sense. It's just a bant episode. Are you dumb? How can you use academy?
Okay, all right, guys. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. No issues. Fans, we apologize.
For what?
Arsenal fans, you guys are doing great.
We don't need your... See, this is the problem. I am a realist. I don't need to sugarcoat anything.
Nobody sugarcoating anything here.
So let's be factual. And
exactly, that's what I'm saying. And for me, being factual makes you upset.
What
I said that you guys you've had a meltdown right now.
Because I lost 2 games. Don't you see how does that sound?
It's not about losing 2 games. How can you be on top of the table
I don't understand
with 3 points or 4 or so?
Have you
seen how the table is?
Jesus.
Have you seen how the table is?
Bro, I feel like even if you have to play with 10 defenders, defend that goal, defend that win.
Yeah, that's
Make sure you stay on top of the league.
That's why. No, see, don't pour your frustration on me, right?
No, I'm not frustrated. I can never be frustrated.
Whatever you are talking about now is a curious case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's just because you don't want Liverpool to be on top of the league. Let's first of all get that out of the way.
Oh dear. Don't go there. You cannot say that I don't want Liverpool to be on top of the league.
Do you want them there?
Okay, now Baka is privileged to
answer the question.
No. Baka is privileged to be with me in office, right away from football. Baka, you know this, that what have I been saying? Even when Kesa comes around and say, Siwa doesn't want Liverpool to be on top. I say yes,
the truth.
Yes, I don't want Liverpool to be on top of the league.
This reaction is you frustrated at what you cannot control.
I'm not frustrated. I'm not. I'm not.
happy.
It doesn't concern me. If you guys want to stay another 30 years before winning the league, it's up to you.
That's my problem.
Yeah, it is. So let's move forward.
How long have you stayed?
Okay, are we not supposed to talk about Liverpool?
I don't get it. It's talking about Arsenal. But
Tia is elevating this
you asked me a question.
crazy madness to another level.
I'm just asking
Okay, guys. Let's calm down. My goodness. Okay.
Arsenal are having a meltdown. The person topping the league has how many points?
All right. So
this time last season, Manchester United people, they were saying they were chasing treble.
Quadruple.
Quadruple. And you were backing them.
Who was backing them?
Now you say the person topping the league has 45 points. I'm having a meltdown. I'm fourth on the table. I have 40 points, and I'm having a meltdown. Don't you see how ridiculous that sounds? Don't you hear how ridiculous it sounds?
Do you know that?
When Man City was Man City,
5 points is a whole lot of points.
It's not in this league. It's not. I just told you now. Man City were leading with 6 points. I think nobody can remember that.
No, they cannot because the focus is on Arsenal.
Do you know at game week 7 Man City were leading with 6 points?
Up to them.
You will never know because at that time you were struggling with regulation.
So I'm letting you know right now. There was a time that Man City were leading with 6 points.
Okay.
And there was a time Liverpool was drawing.
Yeah, all together now in the same dog fights with them.
It is what it is.
All right. So it is what it is, guys. Now let's talk about the chances that are before us, because away from the banter, away from all the
people I say don't want serious now. Okay. Away from the banter.
Away from the banter, let's talk about the chances that Liverpool and Arsenal, because I am seeing those two teams as the only club sides that can challenge Man City at this moment. Why? Now I'm giving you that on due credit.
What about the other teams with champions mentality?
No, the fact is, like I've been saying here time and time again, I acknowledge that we are in a rebuilding phase.
Oh, but I have built.
No, Arsenal has gone through that phase. You cannot be in that particular phase for 10 years.
How long have you been doing your own rebuild?
This is just the second year.
How many managers have you sacked?
4.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're doing it slowly.
So after Champions League winners are rebuilding.
They are rebuilding.
So guys, guys, please. Now, what do you think could be done? Okay, now let's rate Liverpool's chances, guys. Now we see them at the start of the season when they sold what is his name? They sold Henderson, and they sold the what's his name? Is it Fabinho?
Yeah, Fabinho.
Fabinho, yeah. We thought that their midfield was already depleted, and there was clamor that they needed to reinforce. So I think that's one of the reasons that led to what I say the crazy midfield battle that has ever been, because Arsenal went ahead to buy Declan Rice. Chelsea were also looking to reinforce their midfield. Liverpool were also looking to reinforce their midfield. So Liverpool actually made Chelsea to go pay an exorbitant amount for Moses Caicedo.
Liverpool for paying
because if they did not jump in, probably we would have bought Caicedo at 90 million.
Isn't that what you used to do?
No, okay, even if that's what we do. No, I'm just saying that because for people that would say Chelsea inflates prices for players.
Don't forget that you bought Enzo Fernandez 6 months before for more.
Yeah. No, we bought Enzo for 105.
Yeah.
It's 105, not greater than 90.
That was it 105? No, it wasn't 105, it was 100 million.
So that wasn't inflation.
It wasn't.
Huh?
Would you drink water?
I would if you
give me. Drink water because this it wasn't what you said. It's like you didn't even acknowledge of God's existence. You understand? Say it wasn't.
So guys, we've seen that the top clubs have over the summer actually made a big stride in getting a lot of good midfielders. So right now we see that I was actually laughing at Liverpool when they went to buy Endo,
McAllister.
Zaboslai.
Yeah, those are good recruits.
So I felt at that time that maybe these guys are just going to be jokers with those names because they were rarely heard. But exception of McAllister, which he played at the World Cup, won the World Cup, and was okay.
So you think Liverpool's midfield is solid?
No. The fact is this, but at least you can see at the start they were a mess, but I think they are gelling together.
Let's digress real quick. What is the?
You're not allowing me to land.
Land, okay.
Good.
Land.
So we are seeing that the midfield of Liverpool, let's say Arsenal as well, they went in for Declan Rice, and actually I think Declan Rice actually improved the midfield of Arsenal. Because
the same Arsenal that's having a meltdown.
Of course, I'm not saying that. See, you should see that meltdown. This meltdown should not be looked at in a negative light.
Oh,
it
is
should
it
also
positive?
be looked at in the positive light.
Make it
talk
positive
about this.
Make it positive for me. The meltdown. Make it positive.
No, let's not go back there. I just want us to
just land, finish.
Land.
The midfield battle now. I feel like this league, right, this season is all about the midfield battle.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So I can see that Arsenal has done their best and is awesome, but some flaws here and there. Liverpool as well have come up, and as well their momentum has been sustained for almost the past like 6 matches. They have tried and probably they have lost or drawn some, but you could see that there is progress. So, do you guys think that probably more reinforcement could be needed to be able to ensure that you guys stay toe to toe with Manchester City to ensure that there is a fight to the end for the Premier League title this season?
I think so. I think both teams. Actually, both Liverpool and Arsenal, because for Liverpool, if you look at defense, almost every like for the past 2-3 years, I feel like Van Dijk doesn't even have a partner, because you just know Van Dijk, you don't know who else. It will be Konate, it will be Matip, there's one new guy now, Kwanzaa. So for him, it's not constant. All the other teams, they have like 2 centre backs that these guys are the ones starting. So for them, I think they need maybe at least one more, in case Konate or any other person is injured, then they're in trouble. Then I don't know, maybe someone to help Salah, because Nunes is not consistent and Jota is not always available. Diaz doesn't score goals for some reason. Yeah,
but he's a very influential attacker.
What does he do? Yeah,
at least the assist is enough.
Which assist?
How many assists does he have?
The penalties is enough.
How many penalties?
At least he has some.
That guy has no numbers actually. Okay. For all the things they'll say about Liverpool's front three, I think it's only Salah and maybe Jota when he's fit. Yeah, so I think maybe that's all they need.
Okay.
They'll be okay. Yeah. For Arsenal, I think we still need someone in defense as well, because I still feel like if Saliba is injured, we're in trouble. Yeah, so that's one part. Then midfield looks okay. In front, man. In front, like I don't even know where to start.
The difference. Sorry,
there's no goals.
See, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I can tell you categorically that in this era, 90% of the reason Liverpool could do what they did is actually because of Salah.
So you mean if Salah is taken away from that team, they will be spineless?
I think they depend on Salah a lot.
Basically.
Because even last season, let's say if you take out Salah's goals, and they might never make it to Europa, to one of the European spots.
So that is it. And that is the only light in the previous banter that you had. In my head, right, I'm like, what is the difference between winning the league and competing for the league? The difference for this Arsenal team is just one more world-class player. One. Just one.
And where do you think that should come?
It's in front. It's in front because we have hard workers. See, this is why most times people don't get it. This is why most times people look at the manager and be like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, he's overthinking. This Arsenal team this season, it was better than last season in terms of how we play.
Okay.
Do we miss players? Yes, we miss players like Xhaka that they wanted to stone when he was here. Week in, week out. So you can see, right, if we have a world-class player, be a striker in front, somebody whose duty is to score goals, that's the only thing he brings to the table, it will be different. You can see, right? And then you talk about Liverpool's midfield. Please tell me, how many chances has the Liverpool midfield created this season? They are one way out. It's one long ball from the back, from Trent, finding Salah. That is the short thing, right? Okay. And Jota, fantastic player, underrated, not always available. My best player in the Liverpool team forever will be Jota, because Salah is not human. Salah is the only world class in that team.
Right.
That team was built around him, right? So yeah, it's Jota. All right. If you look at, and that is why the difference between Manchester City team and those two teams is options. You cannot go toe to toe with Man City based on options. Available options in every position. When people were shouting that, oh, this guy has said this and Doku, and those players might only be meaningful or impactful for 2 games, but that 2 games is enough. Yeah. That's the difference.
You look at, like, if let's say, like, even Alvarez. I think if Alvarez plays for Arsenal, only Darwin is a difference. But he's a backup in Man City in a way, because I feel if De Bruyne is fit, Haaland is fit, then he will still go back to the bench.
Okay, now I am going to cut you guys so that the session is not too prolonged.
Oh, okay.
Now, do you think with the caliber of players that are out there in the market currently, that any would be classified as a world class?
In January.
In January. Even summer, I don't even know, except want to buy Mbappe.
No, because I feel like if there is need to strengthen your attack, because like you said, I think I quite agree that Arsenal's front needs a revamp, especially the striker.
Oh, so you know scoring goals is a problem.
Course,
it's not a meltdown. You know that in those games they lost, they were not clinical.
Okay. It affects everyone. But we need to label these things.
Let's label it correctly. Let's label it correctly.
Now, I feel like at this moment, you cannot just say no to buying any striker.
No,
you need to still get a striker.
I can say no. What's the point? Gabriel Jesus is not a striker. He's an hard worker. There's a difference.
So now, if you have another striker, would you still keep Gabriel Jesus in the team?
Of course.
To play where?
Because he can play anywhere in the front three. That's the beautiful thing about the team that we are building. Yeah. They can play anywhere in front.
Okay.
And see, I won't be here complaining if the Brazilian that I don't think is a Brazilian in my team has good final balls. I'm serious. If Martinelli's delivery and eye for goal will improve at this time, against Fulham, there was a particular point for like 30 minutes. All our attack were right. Just right. So overall, and that is why people don't get it. When Arteta tries to tweak the team, they'll be like, oh, this guy is overthinking. Because you know, until you get that fine-tuning correctly with the personnel that you have and how you want to play, it will not gel. It is when you get it that it gels and people will be like, oh yeah, And that's why I always tell people, I don't get carried away. People say, oh, you sit on the fence, you don't want to criticize. No. I know what to look for in a particular team. I have an identity now. Some people just do not like Arteta still. Do we need to improve? Yes, we will improve. Are we having a meltdown? No.
Okay. All right. No problem. Let's not go too deep. So now, currently, we have players like Ivan Toney on the market, and he has been consistently linked to Arsenal. Do you think that such a player can come in and improve Arsenal's attack?
No.
Oja
Unfortunately, I don't think he can help.
It's not.
So it's better to have the current strike force you have.
It's better to be playing with first
You have
line
to
than
get
to
somebody
go
better than that one.
Like who?
Because at the end of the day, I've told you what we are missing. We are missing a world-class striker. Someone whose duty is to score goals, not to come and hard work. No. If I want hard work, Gabriel, you need a poacher. Basically, your duty is just to net.
Even Victor Osimhen, I'm not too convinced, man.
All right. So for me, I also feel like for Victor Osimhen, I feel that guy's
your brother.
He needs to still probably stay one more season and
He's staying now. You signed the contract, right?
Yeah, just deliver
Until summer.
Yeah, deliver and let's see, because it's been a while I saw elite strikers like Didier Drogba, strikers like Wayne Rooney. I think they are gone. So if anything, because Chelsea is also out looking for a striker, and I wonder when that will happen though. So we leave it to God. So guys, any final words before we wrap up this session? So where do you think Arsenal would land finally this season? Do you guys are you guys still optimistic that somehow things can turn good again and you guys can give a good run of form and maybe go back top of the table and sustain that to the end of the season?
First of all, so you can quote me. Things are not bad for Arsenal. No, they are not bad. We need a few tweaks here and there. Optimistic, that's not the word. I've always told, since you've known me, right? I've always told you, I'm a firm believer in game by game. It's one game at a time, right? And there's still, how many more games to play for? It's just mid-season. So there's still, see, like I told you in the very beginning of the season, a whole lot will shock you. We will be shocked. From VAR to unexpected results to unexpected defeats to unexpected victories. You will still get those. So is there still a chance? By all means. There's a chance for everybody currently in the top 6 on that table. There is still a chance.
Right.
Please check. Is Manchester United on the top 6?
They're
what?
8.
They are 8. Okay.
All right. So Mr. Baka, any final words briefly?
I think there's still going to be a long season. Like, I think among those top 3 teams, things will interchange. Somebody will go top, it's going to be long, and I think it's going to be interesting for like.
So it's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah. It will go down to the wire. That's one thing for sure.
So for sure, yeah, of course we look forward to it. Then we'll see how the second half goes. But it's going to be a long way. I just know it's probably those top 3 teams. I don't know how it's going to be finished. But me, like my initial pick, I still think probably Man City will be.
I actually would love Arsenal to win the league without any bias or whatsoever. I really want Arsenal to win the league.
That don't impress me much.
All right, guys. So that's where we draw the curtain for our session today. We hope that it was quite insightful for you. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so that you are updated when we post our content. Thank you so much for your love and support. And from me to you, bye-bye.